Hey y'all, for today's video I'm going to tell you all the best vacation spots all around the United States. So I have been all the way from Seattle, Washington, down to Oregon, all the way down to San Diego, technically all the way down the west coast of Mexico, because I worked on a cruise ship. I did 4 cruises down the coast of Mexico. So I've seen literally the west coast, literally from the northern tip of Alaska to the southern tip of Mexico. Is that bragging? I don't know. But that is pretty cool. Who can say that? Because I worked on a cruise ship. I did 4 cruises down the coast of Mexico, and then I did 10 cruises working with the kids along the Alaska coast. And then I road tripped up the California coast with my mom once because I had a friend that had a wedding. So we did a road trip, and that was really cool. My next bucket list dream is to road trip up the coast, the East Coast, because I've never been, well, I haven't seen the East Coast. About 3 years ago, before I had my son, I did a road trip by myself from Texas, West Texas, all the way over to Miami and back. And I got to drive through all the southern states, and that was pretty cool. I finally got to drive through Arkansas, which that was like my lifelong dream, to drive through Arkansas, but it really wasn't that special. It didn't look much different than like Kansas. It was like pretty plain. So that was a little bit disappointing. Well, I guess there were some areas where there was a lot of trees, and it was in the fall. I did this trip in November, so it was pretty cool. Like all the leaves were changing, and it's beautiful. But I really want to drive up the East Coast at some point. My goal at one point was to drive from Florida up to New York. Anyways, if you guys get to do that trip, you totally should. I was in Florida 3 years ago, and I was analyzing the map, and I was like, it doesn't look like there's a road that goes right next to the ocean. Like in California, you have PCH, which goes directly right next to the coast. I don't know if there's a road like that necessarily on the East Coast, but maybe there is, or if there isn't one should be built. Anyways, other great vacation spots. South Padre Island is pretty cool down here in Texas. I went there, did an Airbnb with my ex-husband. It was a lot of fun. Although I do recommend you do not get in the water. The first day we got there, we literally got in the water, and I was like, why are we the only ones in the water? And then the next morning, we were walking along the beach. Every 10 feet or so, there was a man-of-war jellyfish dead in the sand, and those jellyfish can literally kill you if they sting you. So overall, it's not wise to go swimming in South Padre Island. But Whitecap Beach is nice, which is by Corpus Christi, and it's a nice calm beach. The waves are small. It's perfect for children. I'm from California. The waves there were insane. Oh my gosh, I almost died one time in the ocean because the waves literally were 20 feet. But my friend who was on the swim team in my youth group, she was like, let's go swimming. And the waves were 20 feet, and I was like, my instinct said, no, I don't want to go out there when the waves are that big. There must have been some storm somewhere that made the waves ginormous, and I literally almost died, and one of the youth pastors saved my life. It was crazy. I was somersaulting under the water, one wave after another crashing on me, and I was like, this is it. This is the moment I'm going to die. But my youth pastor saved me. Thank God. Thank God for strong men who can rescue someone from drowning. My goodness. Anyways, more good vacation spots. The Grand Canyon obviously is cool. I got to backpack to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and sleep down there for a week. Me and my college roommate and her whole family and all these other families, we all slept under the stars. And there was a waterfall down there, and we got to go swimming, around that waterfall, and we would climb up behind the waterfall and jump out. And it was so much fun. And someone had put up a rope swing, so I think I only did that one time, swinging from the rope swing into the water. And then we did a hike one day to this other waterfall that was even bigger, and that was super cool. Yellowstone is cool. I went up there with my brother and my mom. It's a little bit annoying though because there's buffalo walking all over the place, so it's kind of like if they walk on the road, you just kind of have to wait. So that was kind of annoying. What else? Hawaii obviously is beautiful. I got to live on the Big Island with my uncle for one summer. He has a house in Kona, Hawaii, and it's really beautiful. Like, the most beautiful place in the world. Not that I've been everywhere in the world, but my dream someday is to do an around-the-world cruise. I was just looking into it. It's $65,000 per ticket, but it's a 272-night cruise through Royal Caribbean, and it's on like the Serenade or the Serenade of the Seas. And I was like, that's interesting since my oldest daughter I named Serenity. Maybe it's my destiny to do that someday, but that would be pretty cool. That was a dream that I had with an ex. Anyways, y'all should do that if you have $65,000 for yourself. I recommend you take at least one other person, because everything's more fun if you do things with one other person. What else? Oh, Miami's pretty cool. Destin, Florida is beautiful. Beautiful. But again, I don't recommend swimming in Destin, Florida, because I essentially lived there for 2 weeks in a hotel, and like, there's freaking stingrays everywhere. Like on this one beach, every 2 minutes, like a herd of like 10 stingrays would come along. Well, I think they're called skates because they're smaller. I'm pretty sure that's the technical term. I took marine biology in college. It's called a skate when it's smaller. It's like these little small stingrays that are black. But I'm sure they could still do some damage. That's what killed that one guy. I forget what his name was. Oh, Crocodile Dundee, or what was his? I think that was his name. He got killed by a stingray because he stepped on it on accident, probably. But anyways, what else? Those are the main awesome, beautiful places. I always had a dream of going to Hot Springs, Arkansas. I don't know why. I figured it's named after some cool hot springs there. Alaska is pretty cool. Very cold, but in the winter it turns into a rainforest. So I got to go on a lot of hikes actually around Alaska, and it was beautiful. Just beautiful. It's a legit rainforest in the summer. Yeah, because all the snow melts and it's just like beautiful. Can't really think of anything else. So those are all my lifetime adventures. In my 40 years of living, I've seen it all except for the East Coast. And except for an around the world cruise. So those are the two things still on my bucket list. Maybe someday. Hope you all get to do whatever's on your bucket list. And I hope you have a bucket list. It's nice to have a bucket list. It's nice to have dreams. It's nice to have goals. You know, because why not? Why not have dreams? Anyways, God loves y'all. Try and take steps towards getting to do something on your bucket list. God loves y'all. God bless. Bye.